to be here.
If you could, can you tell me about the clients receiving medical rehabilitation services at WWRC and a little bit about how long you've been here and that sort of thing?
All right, so I've been here for 30 years, almost 30 years, it'll be 30 in September. And our clients come to us from all over the state of Virginia. And they come to us after they've had a spinal cord injury, a brain injury, a stroke, or other kind of life-changing events. And they've usually already been to another facility for their inpatient rehab and have gone home, but still have things that they want to work on. You know, if they're trying to get back to work or go to school to be able to move on with their life, there are a lot of things that don't get addressed or they're not ready to work on when they're doing their inpatient rehab. So they come to us with certain goals in mind, and we help them try to move on to that next stage of their life after their injury.
Okay. So Sharon, what are the goals of clients undergoing gait and balance rehabilitation?
Okay, so if you just think about how you get around every day, how many times you get up and down from a chair, chase after your kids or pets, reach up high to get something off the top shelf or bend over to pick something up. All those things we just do automatically. But after somebody's had an injury that really limits their ability to move, either they're through paralysis or weakness or imbalance on one side, those things that we take for granted getting around every day are very hard for them to do, if not impossible. So oftentimes when they're first injured, they're told, boy, you're lucky to be alive. But really, most of the folks when we see them, if they have such disabling conditions, I'm not sure that they really feel that they're lucky to be alive. So our job is to try to get them to focus on things that they have potential to do and to build hope, or to foster the hope that they have when they come to us, to try to work on walking and being able to get up from their wheelchair, even to stand at a counter, or to be able to get down on the floor with their kids to play with them and then be able to get back up into their wheelchair. So it's just being able to kind of get back to normal life.
So it sounds like this Safegait system would be helpful for the staff and for the clients. But specifically, how do you think this is going to help your team address these needs?
So the Safegait system provides an external support, but it's dynamic. It's, for instance, somebody that we're working with on walking, we might have to have them in a big platform walker or in the parallel bars. So there's a lot of kind of rigid equipment around them to make them secure, whereas the Safegait is a soft body harness that's connected to a trolley on a track overhead. So it allows a lot of freedom of movement, so that if we're wanting them to experience that kind of losing their balance and how do I catch myself, or getting them to work on walking at different speeds and being able to stop and start, there's freedom to do that without having all this external stuff around them. But it also has a dynamic fall protection software in it that the therapist can then program how sensitive or how reactive the system is to catching them from falling. So if somebody's pretty advanced in their walking abilities and their balance, and we're really trying to challenge them at that upper end, we can make it so that it really lets them go pretty far before it catches them. But it will catch them regardless. Or if somebody's just getting started, the sensitivity could be set so that as soon as they start to lose their balance, it detects that and catches them immediately. So it allows us to use our hands to facilitate the movement that we're trying to foster with them. It also lets us step back and be able to really watch and see how they're moving and evaluate what it is that we need to work on next, without having to feel like, I can't get too far away because they might fall. I think another thing as therapists that we often have that hard time of, as like a parent with a toddler that you're letting go for the first time to walk, or the young child that's learning to ride a bicycle without training wheels. It's that transition time of letting go and hoping that they're going to go on safely. And And so if somebody's brace walking and we've been right there spotting them, letting them try to do that like they would at home without us being there, we need to, be able to let go with our hands. So the Safegait would allow us to let them experience that freedom and independence, but in a safe way, so that we could be sure that they were going to be safe when they went home.